More about this with Steve Berman. He's the lead attorney on the case, representing tens of thousands of student athletes. He joins us now. Steve, congratulations. What did you think when you heard the decision this morning?
Well, I was ecstatic. First of all, to get a 9-0 decision out of the Supreme Court is unheard of. And second of all, the court really made a sweeping ruling today that knocked down the NCAA's authority that's been relying on for years. That was a case called the Regents case, and the NCAA has been using it as a defense, where it says you're supposed to look very carefully, not examine the antitrust laws like most people are subject to when you're dealing with the NCAA. And the court today said, no, the NCAA is not above the law. We're going to examine their conduct like we examine the conduct of any other person under the antitrust laws.
Have you spoken with your clients? Tell us what any of them had to say.
Well, it's been a long battle for them, and so they are ecstatic. And bear in mind what your colleague just said. You know, we have a case right now that's ongoing that is for students to be able to exercise the right to monetize their name and likenesses without restriction. Right now, they can't get any money, even though the NCAA can, off their images. This opinion, in my view, opens the floodgates in that case.
CNN Supreme Court analyst Steve Vladeck says today's ruling opens the floodgates for an array of wide-ranging claims from student athletes. Do you expect to keep pursuing the NCAA in court?
Well, I am right now. As I mentioned, we have this case on behalf of the right to use their name and likeness, and it's a very important case, and this case today really aids the effort we've got going on right now.
Right, but further cases, I mean. Do you think this is going to keep going for years and years and years?
Well, Justice Kavanaugh, I think, invited us to expand our case again to attack the ban on payments at all. He doesn't think there should be any restriction on the payments to student athletes. Now, we raised that in this case today, before, and the court below said no. But now with this new legal ruling and Justice Kavanaugh's statements, we may seek to expand the case and attack any restraint on paying student athletes.
So is there not a worst case scenario that you have any concerns about when it comes to colleges bidding over a very promising young athlete and offering $5 million, $10 million, and completely undermining any concept that this student actually will need to take classes?
I have no concerns for the following reasons. I examined every college president at trial and asked them, if we win and if there's no restrictions, do you think your conference is going to just engage in wide open bidding for student athletes? And they all said no, because they think that there will be some decrease in the enjoyment of amateurism. Well, if that's true, they're going to be constrained in how they offer these students compensation. And the coaches are making millions. They're building enormous stadiums. It doesn't seem to have decreased demand for NCAA sports, so why should paying athletes decrease that demand?
Steve Berman, thank you so much. Congratulations again on the 9-0 decision. Very rare for this kind of controversial case. Former NFL